So the next thing I want to talk about very briefly, and we'll see this being used when we're actually in and creating the CSS, is how we write CSS for the particular parts within our page, such as ID, main body, class, nav, menu. So the first thing is elements. So the element selector is things such as the p tag, or in our case here, the header, footer. These are elements. So in the CSS, we would actually have the footer, and then we'd have a open brace and the code, and then a close brace. The next thing is ID. Now, the ID is a unique. It should only have one ID per HTML page. And when we actually are writing the CSS, what we have in the CSS is a hash followed by the ID name. So we'd have hash main body, and then open brace, the CSS, and then close brace. The final thing is the class selector, and the class selector can be used a few times, multiple times in a web page. And in the CSS, the way we actually write that code is we have a dot, a period, and then that's followed by, again, the name. So, example, container, open brace, again, then the code, and then a close brace. So those are the three different things we'll see in the CSS. We'll have elements, which have just the name. We have ID, which have a hash followed by the ID attribute name, and then we'll have a class, which is a period followed by the name, the class name. So these are just, again, to give you an example of when we're writing the CSS, you'll have a quick understanding of what each is, depending on if it's nothing, if there's a period, or if there's a hash before the actual name. So that's just a little bit, as I say, and let's get on to start writing some CSS.